You think a hug is just arms around a body? Nah, a real hug, the kind that lingers in her mind all day, can make her crave you more than a kiss ever could. And most men completely mess it up. Want to know why? Stick around. You don't need to be tall, rich, or ripped to leave a lasting impression. Sometimes all it takes is how you hold her. But this isn't just about romance. It's about presence, energy, and control. It's about stoic power, held not in words but in stillness. If you've ever wanted her to feel safe, desired, and magnetically drawn to you without saying a word, this is how. Most men hug like they're either afraid or trying too hard, either too soft, like they're made of foam, or way too aggressive, like they're trying to prove something. What ends up happening? She doesn't feel anything. No chemistry, no spark, nothing to remember. But when a man hugs like a rock, calm, grounded, present, something changes in her. Her nervous system starts to relax. Her walls begin to drop. And that moment stays with her, even hours later. So today, we're diving deep into what most people overlook. A simple act that, when done right, becomes unforgettable. And we'll bring in some serious stoic wisdom along the way. 1. The energy you bring into a hug. Let's get something clear. A hug is not just physical, it's spiritual. It's energy meeting energy. You ever hugged someone who was clearly tense, and suddenly you felt tense too? That's because energy is contagious. You bring calm, she feels calm. You bring chaos, she feels chaos. The Stoics believed in the concept of eupatheia, good emotions that come from virtue. One of those is calmness, what they called tranquilitas. A true Stoic man brings stillness into the moment. He doesn't rush. He doesn't get flustered. He stands like a tree in the wind, solid, rooted, present. So when you're hugging her, you're not doing it to get something. You're not trying to impress. You're just being fully there. That alone creates a ripple in her system. She might not be able to explain it, but she'll feel it. That's step 1, your energy. 2, the first second. Most men mess this up. The first second of a hug tells her everything. If you lunge in fast, arms wide like you're attacking her, she'll tense up. But if you walk in slow, make eye contact, pause just a second before leaning in. That pause speaks volumes. It says, I'm in control. I'm not rushing. I see you. And here's where Stoicism hits hard again. Marcus Aurelius said, if you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. Most guys rush because they're nervous. They think if they pause, it'll be awkward. But in truth, that pause builds anticipation. It shifts the power dynamic. Hugging is like music. Silence, when used right, becomes part of the rhythm. That 1-second pause, that's your Stoic silence. That's when she knows something's different about you. 3. Hands. Where they go matters. This one's big. Where your hands land during the hug changes everything. Too high? Feels awkward. Too low? Feels creepy. Too stiff? Feels robotic. A real man places his hands with purpose. One hand around her upper back, the other around her mid or lower back, firm but not tight, like a shield, not a trap. Your hands should say, you're safe here. Now, what does this have to do with Stoicism? Everything. In the philosophy, one of the core ideas is propriety. Doing the right thing, in the right way, at the right time. Epictetus called it living in accordance with nature. When your hands land naturally, without overthinking, with calm intention, you're showing mastery over your impulses. You're not grabbing. You're not clinging. You're holding with strength and grace. She feels it. That control, that's masculine energy at its core. 4. Breathing, the secret weapon. Most men forget this, but breathing during a hug changes the entire experience. If you're holding your breath, you come off as anxious. If you're breathing shallow, she can feel your nervous system is activated. But if you breathe slow and deep, inhale through your nose, exhale through your mouth, guess what happens? Her body starts sinking to yours. You calm her down without saying a word. This is backed by Stoic practice. The Stoics did breathing techniques centuries before modern science caught up. They trained their nervous systems to stay calm under pressure. And it works here too. When you breathe right during a hug, you transmit calm. Her subconscious picks it up. Her body says, I trust this. That's powerful, so don't just focus on your arms. Focus on your breath. That's what makes it unforgettable. 5. Know when to hold, when to let go. This is the part that separates men from boys. Most guys either hug too short, afraid of being awkward, or they hang on too long, making it uncomfortable. A true Stoic understands timing. When you hug her, stay just a second longer than expected. That extra second, it changes everything. It creates a moment. But then, let go like it was nothing. Don't look needy. Don't wait for her reaction. Just smile gently and move on. Why? Because the Stoics teach detachment. You give fully and then you release. You don't cling. You don't chase. You leave her with something to wonder about. She'll think, why did that feel so different? And that thought will follow her all day. 7. Hug her like you're not in a hurry. This one's subtle, but deep. Most guys hug like they've got somewhere else to be. It's quick, it's half-hearted, and it feels like a formality. But when you hug her like you've got nowhere to rush to, like this moment is enough, it changes everything. She feels it. A man who's truly present is a rare thing, and women can sense it. You're not distracted, you're not fidgeting, you're not halfway in the moment. You're right there with her. That's rare. That's valuable. The Stoics live by a concept called kairos, the right moment. Seneca said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. When you're rushing a hug, it's usually because your mind's already somewhere else. But when you anchor into the now, when you hug like this second is the only second that matters, she melts into it. That's when she remembers you, not because of your cologne, not because of your words, but because for a brief moment, she felt truly seen. 8. Hug like a protector, not a performer. Here's the harsh truth. A lot of guys hug to show off, to look cool, to signal, hey, look how smooth I am. But here's what women truly want from a man in a hug: safety. She wants to feel that if the world went crazy, this man wouldn't flinch. That in his arms, the noise stops. You can't fake that. This is where Stoicism shines. The Stoic man is unshaken, not cold, not emotionless, but grounded. He's not trying to prove anything. He's just solid. When you hug her, don't perform. Don't try to be sexy. Just hold her like someone who can carry the weight of the world without bending. That kind of hug tells her, you don't have to be strong right now. I got you. And you know what? She'll remember that feeling long after the hug ends. 9. Don't pull away too fast. Let her be the one to end it. There's something powerful about letting her be the one who decides when it ends. Most guys pull away too quickly out of nervousness, like they're afraid of crossing a line. But when you hug with calm confidence and let her choose when it ends, it sends a deep, silent message. I'm here. I'm steady. I'm not rushing. That makes her feel safe. And here's the Stoic lesson. True strength is patient. Marcus Aurelius wrote, the best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Meaning, don't act out of fear, insecurity, or impulse. Act from principle. You hug her, you hold her, you let go when she lets go. That quiet patience, that control, she feels that. It's not clingy, it's not weak, it's strong, it's rare, and it makes you unforgettable. 10. Hug with your chest, not just your arms. This one might surprise you. Most people hug with just their arms. They lean in, wrap around, and that's it. But that's not how real connection happens. If you really want her to feel you, you've got to hug with your chest. Your chest is where your heart is. That's where warmth comes from. If your chest touches hers gently and fully during the hug, you transmit safety, closeness, and emotional presence. And guess what? You don't even have to say anything romantic. She'll feel the connection in her nervous system. Stoicism teaches embodiment, being in your body, not just in your head. Seneca believed that peace of mind lives in how we carry ourselves, not just how we speak. So when you bring your full chest into the hug, without hesitation, you're saying, I'm not scared to be here. I'm not holding back. That hug, full, warm, present, is something she'll feel deep in her bones. There's a man named Jason, mid-40s, recently divorced. He wasn't traditionally attractive, didn't have money, but he started practicing presence, stoic presence. One night, he hugged a woman he had just met. He didn't try to be smooth. He didn't say anything flirty. He just paused, made eye contact, then pulled her in gently but firmly. He breathed slowly. He didn't rush. And when he let go, he smiled and walked away. She chased him. Later, she told him, "That hug, it felt like I was being held by a man who knew who he was." That's the power of this. You want to make her think about you all day? It's not the words. It's not the look. It's how you show up. It's your energy, your calm, your timing, your touch. That's Stoicism. Mastering yourself so deeply that a single hug speaks louder than anything you could ever say. Watch the next video to learn what women secretly crave, but will never say out loud.